I was reborn at 14. My father's smooth voice, stay with your mother, or take a $20 million trust fund abroad. Last time, I cried without hesitation. I clung to my mother and screamed that I wanted to stay with her. I believed love would win. What followed was hell. He moved his mistress, a senior executive, from his company into a luxury estate. There, 3 children grew up surrounded by wealth and attention, while my mother wasted away, fighting a battle she was never meant to win. In the end, she was abandoned with nothing. As for me, I died overseas, broken, forgotten. My body was shipped home with money strangers raised online. This time, I didn't cry. I picked up the pen and signed. I'll take the $20 million. It wasn't cruelty. It was clarity. No one in this family ever loved us. I refused to relive that life. This time, I would gather power, seize control, and when I stood at the top, I would bring my mother back myself. My father had just returned from a board meeting. His suit was flawless, his expression relaxed, as if nothing in this house was falling apart. He sat in the study of our old home, a contract placed neatly on the table. I stood across from him in my wrinkled school uniform, hair tied carelessly, looking exactly like a naive daughter he expected. And he said softly, your mother hasn't been in the best state emotionally. You have options. You can stay and keep her company, or you can study abroad any school you want. When you come back, I'll even arrange for you to manage part of the family shares. He sounded considerate, reasonable, almost kind. I've already arranged your funds. $20 million, deposited directly into your account. You can use it however you wish. In my previous life, that number terrified me. It felt enormous. Only later did I understand what it really was, a clean transfer of responsibility. My mother sat silently on the sofa behind him. Her eyes were swollen, her hands clenched tightly together. Back then, I tore the contract apart and threw it at his feet, screaming that I would never leave her. I thought I had won. I was wrong. Within half a year, he sent me abroad anyway, this time straight into his mistress's home. In the name of education, I became an outsider in that mansion, powerless and isolated. Even the servants stared at me like I didn't belong. The twins living there looked innocent enough, a boy and a girl close to my age. I treated them like real siblings, never realizing they were future enemies, children he planned to place above me. By the time I understood, my name had already been erased. Back home, my mother clung to the empty house, calling schools, learning English, begging lawyers for help. She believed marriage still meant something until a lawyer's letter arrived, informing her the property was no longer hers. She stayed anyway. She stopped cooking, stopped sleeping properly, and sat in that vast living room whispering that she was waiting for me to come home. I could hear pill bottles shaking through the phone. She was afraid to sleep, because she didn't want to wake up. I graduated at 19 and scrubbed floors for a living. When she was admitted to a psychiatric hospital after multiple attempts to jump from her window, I was handing out flyers in a parking garage. The last time I saw her, she was already gone. Only then did I understand she didn't lose to my father. She lost because I was weak. Now, the same contract lay in front of me. I signed without hesitation. My father looked surprised. You're sure? I am, I said calmly. As your only child, it's time I gained some experience. I stressed the word only. He laughed, clearly pleased. That's the sterling blood talking. I smiled back, colder than he could imagine. He thought I was obedient. What he didn't realize was that this signature removed both my mother and me from his game entirely. That night, I locked my door and checked the account. $20 million. I pulled out a notebook and began writing. Edward Stone's illegitimate children, Julian and Aria Vance, born in New York. Offshore trusts. Hidden asset transfers. My mother's dowry shares. Within for years. Take back everything. I stared at an old photo of my mother, smiling in a worn trench coat. She had always given away what little she had. This life, I would give nothing.